Hi, I'm Paul Faronbi, aka IncrediPaul, and welcome to 6 Minute Saturdays. It's a shorter format of podcast where I dive deeper into specific leadership, business, and career topics. Today, I'm talking about doing the hard thing. Yes, you heard it right, doing the hard thing. First off, I want to start off with a quote. This is a quote from John C. Maxwell. He says, "Successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do only occasionally." So, what I take that to mean is that the only difference between success and being unsuccessful is not necessarily the tasks you do, it's the consistency within those tasks. So, really being focused on being consistent. And so, I'm going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, and it was pretty public as well. So I was able to share this at a conference last week, and they appreciated me sharing it. So I thought, okay, maybe this is something I should share a little bit more broadly. I also shared on LinkedIn, and people resonate with it as well. But I would say it is very embarrassing, and I've definitely processed it, but I'm still trying to tell this story in a way that's succinct and easy to easily understand. So bear with me. Still trying to keep this to 6 minutes total. I have 4.5 minutes left, but let's get into it. So I'm a Maxwell Leadership certified member. I've been part of the team since 2020. And for that, they have events in March and October, either in Florida or Atlanta. So this when the whole team, not the whole team, because there's 50,000 members across the world. So the whole team can't get together, but people who are certified, returning members, mentorship, all of that get together for 3-4 day event with John Maxwell and several other speakers, the staff, executive, vice president, all of that. And so about a month ago now, maybe a month and a half ago, I got an email saying that there was going to be an event, a meetup, where the executive vice president and the person over the speaking, the Maxwell method of speaking, was going to be there. So it's going to be Chris Robinson, the executive vice president, also Roddy Galbraith, who's the Maxwell method of speaking. So Chris is going to be on a future podcast, so definitely check that out. But I was excited. Chris is a St. Louis native. He actually went to my church as well, Church on the Rock. And I was excited to hear that he was going to be coming here. I only really seen him at conferences in October. And so I was super excited, got an email. And it was also going to be free. It was a meetup, so not really much of an agenda. So I was super excited. Not only am I getting to see him and get to connect with the person who does the Maxwell method of speaking, like really broke down the science of how John Maxwell speaks and tells stories, all of that. It was going to be free. And then there's something there that said that if a meal is provided, you'd have to pay. I was like, all right, whatever. So shortly after, I got an email saying that there was going to be a meal provided. So it was going to be $40 and it was going to be at Dave & Buster's. I thought, seems a little bit interesting. Like usually when we have events, they're at like more for lack of a better word, official places than Dave & Buster's, where I know I've had events at Dave & Buster's for work, but not really for like conference type things. But then again, it's a meetup. So it was fine. Besides the fact they're saying that the payment was only going to be through Cash App, which I thought was interesting because I think of using like Eventbrite or PayPal, Venmo, these more official ones where Cash App does not really report anything. So it's really easy to do things that are not legal. But I was like, okay, that's maybe just what someone's doing. That was fine. But the next thing is where it got really interesting because they were saying that the parking for the hotel is usually like $20. They were able to work out a deal that is going to be $3 per person, but you have to pay cash when we checked in. I thought, okay, between the Cash App, the Dave & Buster's, and now at this point they moved it to a hotel. It just seemed like this was not the typical Maxwell leadership type of pace and how we do things. So I thought something was up. So I actually ended up calling the hotel. And when I called the hotel, they said they had not heard of the event, which I thought was interesting. And what I should have done at this point was to call the people I knew, or at least touch base with the people who were telling me what I thought was not true. What I ended up doing was I detailed kind of my train of thought, and I'm really condensing this story, but I detailed like my train of thought. I sent an email back because we had like a mass email in quotes of about 40 people who were going to be at the meetup. I replied back, took the people off who were coordinating this, and said, hey, I think we might be getting scammed. I saw this and it seemed a little fishy. So I reached out to the hotel. The hotel doesn't know about this event, blah, blah, blah. And then I also went ahead and sent an email to the executive assistant for the executive vice president. And I texted him as well. And I should have done that first, but it was late at night. And for whatever reason, I just wanted to get it out because I thought, okay, I don't want to wait till the morning. But both of them replied very quickly. I got an email back from his assistant, and then he texted me back. Also sent me a picture from where he was the night before in Dallas saying that, hey, this is real. We're coming. Excited to be in St. Louis. Foot in mouth ensued. And so I already see I'm at 6 minutes. So I will have to pick this up. So you're going to have to listen to the rest of this or watch the rest of this on YouTube to figure out what happened after I figured out that I was wrong and how I did the hard thing and how I continue to do the hard thing and how it paid off. So hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, but I'm going to have to. But if you ever need to do the hard thing, make sure that you take the time, ask yourself the right questions, reach out for help, and you can truly be incredible.